Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to solder wires real quick. I'll be using it's 60/40 Rosin core solder. You'll need a Weller or any heat gun, soldering iron, not heat gun. I use heat shrink, and you'll need some wire strippers. So first, we're doing the tail lights on a trailer here. You're going to strip the wire about a ½ inch or so. I'm going to go ahead and strip both of them. And what I've actually done already is I've put a big piece of heat shrink on on the wire that's going to cover up both smaller pieces. Alright, camera's making some noise, so I'm like checking to see what it's doing. So I'm going to strip this one another. Strip it again, strip the other end, and you want to twist the wire. And I've made that one a little long. Just going to trim that a little bit. Alright, I'm going to get the green one, twist that one. And don't forget to, just cut your smaller pieces of heat shrink. That's what you'll forget. You want to do this before you solder, obviously. So I've got the big piece on there, and then I've got a smaller piece that I'm putting on there. And I'm going to go ahead and put the other piece on so I don't forget. I'll slip it down here, twist it. Alright, now I'm going to take that and twist those together. And what you want to do here is make sure there's no rough edges. So it's just twisted together like that. Alright, take your heat gun, your soldering iron, sorry. Right, let me check this wire a little bit. I don't want any sharp wire sticking out of the heat shrink. Alright, so take your soldering iron and create a little puddle on the end. Alright, and then you want to just, it's going to be kind of hard to do this with the camera so close. So I'm creating a little puddle there. Touch that puddle to the wire, and see how it just starts sinking into the wire. And that's it. Blow it, cool it, and once that's done, you cannot pull this apart. Alright, so let it cool a little bit. Slip your heat shrink over it, and there's a smaller piece. Take a lighter and done. Alright, so the next one, we've already got them twisted a little bit. And when you're twisting these, you want them to make sure no sharp edges are sticking out. Alright, again, create a puddle on your iron. Already got one started there. Touch that. See how it just, and you don't really have to move the iron too much. You can just sit there and feed that solder. My hand was probably blocking that, so I'm going to show you again right here. Alright. That's it. Well, it's cold now. I've kind of made a mistake here. See those two little wire singles sticking up right there? I'm going to cut those off. So let's cut those off. And see that rubber's gotten hot. It gets really hot. So it cools off really fast. So I'm able to touch it. So now, slip that over. Helps if you kind of twist it a little bit if it's kind of tight. I use some pretty small heat shrink. I try to get as close as I can. Slip that over that. Lighter. Heat it up a little bit. Now, I take my big piece of heat shrink that's going to cover up both of those. And then I will having some problems here. Of course I would. I should have used a bigger piece. I was kind of having to guess. I might just leave that off. Alright, so I'll probably just cut that off. It's really not needed, but that's it. Those two connections, that's far better than the metal crimps.